Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Water Your Soil. So this video is going to be about ways you can avoid getting into credit card debt due to inflation. Right now, inflation is pretty high. And you know, when it comes to inflation, the price of goods and services are up. So there are ways that you can avoid getting into credit card debt, and we're going to discuss it in this video, all right? So let's get into it. Yeah, so I don't know if you've been living under a rock or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure you are aware and you recognize that the price of goods and services are currently up right now. And they're up by a lot, especially if you zero back to last year, which is 2021, in January 2021. If you flash back to that time and you compare those prices of goods and services to what they are today, this is January 2022, you'll see that there is a big difference in the prices for most goods and services. And this goes from, things at the grocery store to actual services like car repair and just about anything. The price of everything has just about gone up. So with inflation, which is basically an increase in the price of goods and services and the power of our currency decreasing, that means our dollar doesn't hold as much power as it did previously. Now, what I find interesting is inflation was only 1.4% in January of 2021, which is amazing because right now, January of 2022, inflation is 7%. So I guess what the rapper Fat Joe said is true. Yesterday's price is not today's price, clearly. So there's a big difference in how people are spending money. Of course, people are spending more money because things cost more. That's just the facts of it. So it ties into, and there is a correlation with credit cards, because if price and goods and services are up, you would think with people going out and using goods and services, which we all usually do, that means that people are more than likely using their credit cards more. So credit card usage is more than likely up as well due to a domino effect from inflation. So with credit card usage being up, it's an easy way for people who don't know how to manage credit cards to find themselves in credit card debt. And if you are a subscriber, which you should be, but if you are a subscriber of this channel, Water Your Soil, you would know that I call credit card debt a silly debt. I don't think it's a smart debt at all because it's something that can be avoided. So you may be wondering, like, how in the world can you avoid credit card debt? There are different ways. We're gonna start off with the first way. The first way is to limit your spending. Now, this is one of the ways that a lot of people, they don't want to live by, and I kind of understand, because you don't want to limit your spending. You want to be able to go about doing things how you normally would do. If you go and you get coffee in the morning, you want to be able to continue to get coffee in the morning. We are creatures of habits. So some people may not want to stop, eating out 3 to 4 times a week, or going and spending this amount of money at the grocery store, or purchasing fragrances, because that's something I like to do, purchase fragrances like colognes and things of that nature. So everyone has their things that they like to go out and buy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But with inflation and using your credit card, you may have to limit some of those things, especially if you don't have an increase in wages or income. Now, if you do have an increase in income or your wages, then you should be fine. However, if your wages or your income haven't increased, then you may want to limit your spending, especially during this time of inflation, because more than likely you're going to end up spending more if not. The prices of goods and services are up. Bread is not the same that it cost last year around this time. Milk is not the same. Even water. I could go and get a gallon of water for 89 cents last year this time. Right now, that same gallon of water is $1.19. Now, I know some people probably say, well, that's not a lot of money. That's only 30 cents. But just think, that's water. But it adds up over time. So you get the bigger picture. The price of everything has gone up. So one of the ways, as I stated, is to limit your spending. The second way is to make sure you're paying off your statement balances in full. Now, if you are a subscriber to this channel, you know I'm big on this, very big on this. Around here at Water Your Soil, we do not like to carry balances. I'm big on not carrying a balance. And why am I big on that? Because it helps you avoid credit card debt. That's one thing. And another area it helps you with is your overall spending, because you're not going to want to go out and spend a high amount of money if you know that you're going to have to pay it back once you receive your bill. So we like to keep it, simple around here and pay off our statement balances and pay off whatever we owe. That helps keep credit card debt down. Now, some people can do this and some people can't. What's a simple way to pay off your statement balance? It goes back to the first thing I mentioned, which is limiting your spending. The less money you spend, the easier it is to pay off that amount of money. And of course, the more money you spend, depending on what your income is and how much you bring in, of course, it's going to be harder to pay off that money, especially if you don't have the income. I always tell people, keep things simple. Do not buy things that you can't afford. Meaning, if you know you're not going to be able to pay your bill in full the next month, then don't go out and purchase things that you can't afford or that you wouldn't be able to buy with cash or your income that you have coming in. Just keep it simple. Be able to pay off whatever you spend. And that will help you avoid credit card debt during inflation, because everyone in this country is going through this right now. But we still have to be wise with our spending, and we definitely have to avoid getting ourselves in credit card debt. But anyways, I have a lot of videos on this channel about credit cards, utilization, credit card unboxings, all types of things, airport lounge reviews. This is Water Your Soil. We are about teaching people how to manage their credit and use credit cards in a smart way. Things like paying off your statement balance in full. I think you should be a subscriber if you're not, but that's just my opinion. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. I appreciate you all for checking me out, and I'm out.